Good morning and welcome to the Friday morning cuppa. It is Friday, it is sunshiny, and it's a bank holiday weekend, which means I am not working on Monday. Very exciting. I am not used to that. But yeah, seemingly we're off on Monday, so that's going to be good. I am quite pleased about that. This morning I came out without my lunch. I have no words. So we'll see. I'll probably head over to Tesco at lunchtime, see what I can find. Um, because I don't have the cool bag with me or anything because it's a full day today. So yeah, we will see what we're doing with that. The other thing I saw on the news today is seemingly the energy cap has gone down by a whole 7%. Mm-hmm. However, seemingly we're still paying about 10% more than we were this time last year. And I just had a thought of how often does that happen? That things go up and we're like, oh, this is so difficult, etc. And then 6 months later or a year later, it's like, yeah, it's gone down, but it doesn't go down that much. I think one of the biggest things here in the UK is the fuel prices. They go up and everyone's up in arms, etc. And then there's this huge publicity thing of, oh, the fuel prices are coming down. But yeah, they don't come down as much as they went up. And I think that's just a standard thing for so many companies, especially big ones, that they do we've had to put the prices up, we're, improving infrastructure, believe that if you will. This has happened, that's happened, so we have to put the prices up. Um, so yeah, that's quite a big thing. The fact that, they're saying, oh, it's a 7% reduction, which I have to say, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, this is good. 7%, that's quite a hefty reduction. No, not when it's still 10% higher than it was this time last year. Mm-hmm. And that's how they get you. So, yes. But apart from that, as I say, it was Kathleen's birthday yesterday. Thank you so much for all the birthday wishes. She will come on and answer them and say thank you. But she slept most of yesterday because she was out and about before. But she's back to work on Monday, a phased return seemingly. So that's quite good. She's feeling quite positive about that. And as I say, come the glorious payday, we will be getting some special cakes and things just to, have a wee celebration. So we'll get that done. And that is really about it. I was out with the dog this morning. She was running, chasing the ball as they do. And actually, we had a really good thing this morning. When I got up, and was getting dressed, the dog came into the room. Now I had the cat lying on the bed, and normally the two of them don't get on very well. Normally the cat's like doing all the hissing and spitting and stuff. Although they will sort of walk about each other, they don't particularly stay in the same room very often. But the dog came in, cat was on one side of my bed, the dog came round and sat at the other side of my bed, and the two of them, although looking at each other, sort of giving each other side eye, two of them sat there quite happily waiting for me getting dressed. And then I went out, took the dog with me. Dog didn't try and go near the cat on the way out, and the cat just sat and looked, no hissing or anything. So we're getting to that stage where, they can tolerate each other. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that this morning. So it's taken a while, but I can understand. Raven's a small cat. Callie's a very big dog. Scary. So we're just letting them do things at their own pace. Well, basically at Raven's pace, because she's the one that has to feel relaxed. So we're just getting that done. But that was quite good this morning. I was quite pleased with that. So yeah, that has been my morning so far. I am definitely sticking with porridge for breakfast. I feel much less bleh in the mornings when I've had porridge. So I had porridge again this morning with my strawberry jam. Not the new one, but the one I made last week because it's opened. So yeah, definitely huge change in how I feel in the mornings. So we need to keep that up. Um, and I need to look, although someone I was speaking to said sourdough homemade bread is quite good for not having that yucky feeling. So I might try that. Not quite sure. I'll go to I think one of the local bakers does proper sourdough, like real stuff, as opposed to the supermarket, which, I think it's a bit sus. So, yeah, right, I'm gonna go finish off my cup of tea and head to work, and I will catch you later.